Hello, everyone. How you doing?
And this is the founder of the website.
Citizen Ed.
All right.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you, man.
First off, congratulations on Arena Commander. That was kind of a rocky start. But then again, the forums turned from hate to sheer love the moment the download started. Any thoughts on just those final hours?
Well, you know, I understand everyone getting worked up because they really just wanted to play the game. So it's, you know, I mean, it's development. I mean, we're early in development, and so sometimes things take a little longer than you expect. And we've been very transparent with our dates. So I think I sort of wrote that up when we finally launched it, which was like, you know, we shared dates and said if everything goes according to plan, and everyone sort of forgot the if everything goes according to plan part of the sentence.
Just go away immediately, don't they?
But it's always the case. I mean, I remember when you know, we had the Hornet commercial, and we sort of showed an early version of it, and at CitizenCon, and everyone was sort of like up in arms about it, and then we actually showed the final one a week later, and everyone loved it. You know, but look, I'd rather have a whole bunch of people that are impatient because they can't wait to play the game than a bunch of ambivalent people. So I'm not really upset about it. It's just it's the nature of the beast, and you know, now we've got it out there. We're going to be iterating a lot, and it's just going to get better from there. And I actually like the fact that it's out there early because everyone, you know, has their opportunity to voice their opinion, and we get to sort of see where, you know, what issues people have or what things they like, and then you sort of see what resonates with you, and then you can sort of adjust, and so that'll just make a better game. And you know, it's great. We've got, you know, whatever it's like 200,000 plus testers playing it right now. You can't get that at EA.
So it's really great to see you embracing some of the, you know, that's the release early, release often premise from Extreme Programming, Agile. You were out of the industry for quite a while. How was it getting back into it and looking at all these new techniques that had developed while you were gone?
Well, so I was out of it, but I sort of kept in touch with it. So I sort of was always observing and looking and talking to, you know, obviously a lot of my friends that were still in the business. So I kind of kept up to speed with some of the more, you know, things like agile development or whatever, right, which sort of came in after I left. And I think that one of the reasons why we sort of did this release often and early, partly because of a little bit of the agile thought, but also it was really from the initial crowdfunding campaign, because I noticed the crowdfunding campaign, and I noticed this with all the other crowdfunding campaigns, was that like the engagement, once you're engaging the community and, you know, they're getting their opinions listened to and you're talking to them, that there's a sort of, I don't know, there's a magic that happens, and there's a sort of momentum that happens that I noticed a lot of our projects would have this going, and then bam, it was like, you know, like on Kickstarter, it's like 30 days or whatever you set it to be, and then it sort of went silent, and it sort of lost all that momentum. And so I was like, well, I don't really want to lose that momentum. And so I was thinking, well, you know, it's probably pretty good to, you know, be open and keep that going, but also then putting stuff in people's hands to give them feedback. Because the other thing that I noticed when I was going forward was that when I was building the prototype, you know, I had like sort of deadlines for people that were working on it for me. Like, okay, we need to have this ship done by this time, and nothing gets people to get stuff done than actually having a deadline they can't, you know, because like the problem with agile development, that, you know, people do it in game development, but a lot of times, you know, they're like, okay, we've made our sprint, but there's not, you know, they sort of fake the deliverable at the end, and you can't really fake the deliverable when you give it to, you know, a community as big as ours. And so it sort of makes people make sure that their stuff looks really good, and there's a level of, you know, care that goes into it. I mean, like the game would not look as good as it does right now if this was all internal, because, you know, internally what happens is the artists go, okay, yeah, I can fix that, or I can polish that later, and so you basically have a lot of stuff that's at 70 to 80% done, and it's not finished off. Whereas when you start to release it to a wider audience, like we're doing with the, say, Arena Clan or the community, you go, you know what, yeah, okay, I know we'll make it better, but it needs to be at least this good. And we're sort of our production processes, which is, it takes a bit of time to get all that going, but it's like a different beast when it's a project this big than when it was, you know, 30 people or whatever. So that's the biggest challenge going forward, is to do that.
Using automated testing, unit testing, and regression testing, things like that?
Oh, no, we do that, yeah. So we have automated, we have internal tests, we have automated testing. We still have to, you know, work on our sort of build and deployment processes, because they're not perfect yet. I mean, that was the Arena Commander first thing took us 12 hours to deploy, which it shouldn't have done. It should have taken a few hours to deploy. But those are all things that we're sort of actively working on. It just will take time because we're sort of building this huge organization and building this huge game all at the same time. And we're doing it live.
Yeah.
In front of everyone. So, you know, there's some challenges, but I'm confident that we'll get there because we've got a great community, and B, there's people that are really impassioned and want to do it. I mean, I don't think we have anyone in our company that's like phoning it in 9 to 5. I mean, they're doing.
It's a fantastic team.
So yeah, they love what they're doing. They love spaceships. And everyone on the team wants to see this game, and they want to play the final version of it. So.
Well, great, fantastic.